And today, the executive director of the Southern University Alumni Federation. Want to welcome here to the show my man, Darrin Dixon. Good morning, Darrin.
Good morning. How you doing, Perry?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, okay, it's a good day.
First time have you on the show, man. Glad to have you.
I'm glad to be invited. I was wondering when I was going to get my time.
Well, here's your time to shine, baby. You know, the Jaguar Nation headed over to Atlanta. And for the many alums, friends, family, and whatever else supporters that will be headed over, they want to know, what will the Alumni Federation be doing in terms of events, hotels, hospitality, and whatever else, man. And give us the information in terms of what the Jaguar Nation is going to be doing over in Atlanta.
Well, let me first say that the alumni, the Jaguars in the Atlanta area are excited. It's been a long time since Southern has been in Atlanta to play in Atlanta. We hope to be going here this next weekend, rather, and in December. That's our hope and anticipation. But to answer your question, we have some things planned. Of course, and more importantly, recruitment. We have some recruitment efforts at several schools in the Atlanta area that are being led by the recruiting group in Atlanta chapter, as well as the recruitment and admissions office here on campus. We can expect to see the human jukebox show up at some of the schools, but we'll be making efforts to get students in that area interested in Southern University. Aside from that, on Thursday night, the alumni chapter in Atlanta is planning a kickback at our host hotel, which happens to be the Marriott Marquis, downtown Atlanta. That event will take place around what is called a Pulse Bar in that hotel. Friday morning, they plan a golf tournament. There's still opportunity to join or play. You can get more information from our social media pages. Friday night, the National Alumni will be hosting a reception for alum. It also will be held at the Marriott. And then finally, on Saturday, the Atlanta chapter is hosting a tailgate that will be done close to the stadium. So we've been planning probably since January. We're so excited that we're like 1 week out, ready to welcome the Jaguars to the city of Atlanta.
You know, for me, you talking about that recruiting aspect, my daughter lives in Atlanta, and her high school is actually one of the high schools that's on the list, man. And so I was excited because for me, this summer I was able to take her on a college tour to Southern. You know, she was like, well, you know, maybe I maybe want to go to Southern. So I took on the college tour to Southern. That was probably one of the most exciting moments of my life because I'm finally at that point where we're having those tours. And I can remember when I was doing it, and now here I am doing it with my daughter. So I definitely understand that recruiting aspect. And for you guys, how important it is to go out and recruit that Atlanta area by using the resources that we have with not only the Atlanta chapter, but as well as the Alumni Federation from the national perspective.
Well, it's important. Recruitment is all our responsibility. A lot of us who've matriculated through these grounds across what we call the yard, we have a lot to be grateful for and a lot of gratitude owed to this institution because it has made us who we are. And when you come upon something good, you certainly want to share that. And so the enthusiasm that comes from a Southern alum, a Southern grad, it spilled over into communities where we happen to end up. And that's not no less true for Atlanta. They're excited. They're always calling about getting recruitment materials and things. So they understand that for the survival of our institution, we have to play our part.
Looking at the guest hotel for us is going to be the Marriott. Any special rates, anything out there for Jaguar fans and supporters that's still on the table for them to take advantage of?
Well, yeah. Of course, the block was closed a month ago. But at the hotel, they're giving us special parking rates, special event rates. So if you're part of the Jaguar Nation and you check into the hotel, you come to one of our events, you won't have to pay $60 to park. It's going to be probably less than half of that.
Because in Atlanta, look, they'll get you. The ATL, they charge for everything. It don't matter what it is, they going to get you there.
I gave them some money to breathe one day.
That's just how it goes. You know, and for the National Alumni Association Federation to be partnered with the local chapter, man, talk about that partnership and making sure that every stone is not left unturned for the Jaguar Nation when they get to Atlanta.
Well, our partnership with our chapter throughout the country is just natural. They're part of us. It was great working with the president there, Mr. Lisa Rodney, and her officers and other committed alum in the Atlanta area. This process has just been easy.
I cannot wait to get to Atlanta. I cannot wait for the game. Are you guys doing anything more specifically when you talk about the tailgate for people that's out there that say, we want to get over there? What area and what all will be going on with that tailgate? Because, you know, Jaguar Nation going to want to find that one area and kind of congregate and just make it grow from there. When you say, hey, where are we? That's what people normally say when they get somewhere. Hey, where are we at? Where is everybody at?
Okay, according to what I understand about the stadium, or even that game, people tailgate throughout that neighborhood around the stadium. But our tailgate will be much closer to the stadium. ESPN has set up what we call the game day experience, and they have sections close to the stadium for both us and North Carolina Central. So we'll be real close to the center. Just follow the blue and gold.
Follow the blue and gold. You just see the sea of people. That's where we know where we're going.
Absolutely.
You know, for you, man, how's everything been in your position as executive director of the Southern University Alumni Federation? Man,
it's been an honor to serve in this seat. I can remember 30 years ago when I was a student here, the person in this seat was somebody who's not a stranger to anybody, Donald Wade. Of course, Donald Wade was my frat brother, and I always admired his work. I admired how he helped students. I said, one day I wouldn't mind doing what Brother Wade does. And here, 30 years later, I'm sitting in the seat. I can't say it doesn't come without challenges, but it's been a blessing.
What do you see as a challenge in terms when it comes to engaging alums who may be disconnected from the institution once they graduate?
Well, the challenge is trying to get them to feel a part of this federation. The farther you get away from Baton Rouge, sometimes it seems like the farther you'll get away from information, losing touch. So it's our challenge to be able to reach out and touch alum all over the country to help them be a part of this great organization.
When it comes to younger alums, and I know that's always one of the things with most institutions around the country, how do we keep them engaged as they're going out building their careers, starting families, finding out where they're going to live throughout the country? How do we keep in touch with them to make sure that, hey, while you're building, while you're growing, don't forget where you come from?
Well, I've noticed that as a challenge as well, because in the alumni, everybody grown, but you still have a continuum of alum that are from just graduated to 50 years out of school. And, of course, those are like 3 generations mixed in there. So we have to be intentional in how we try to engage alum from across that spectrum to keep them engaged. And some of that takes alumni in the areas in which they go, reaching out, touching, and then not just telling them to come be a part, but making them feel a part. And from our perspective, when we do engagement activities, we have to be sensitive to do things that appeal to all of our alums, regardless of what area they come from.
One more time before we get ready to get out of here, Darrin, give the people information in terms of the events associated with the Alumni Federation as well as the local Atlanta chapter for upcoming game over in Atlanta for the MEAC SWAC Challenge.
once again, Thursday is going to be recruitment effort, Thursday and Friday, golf tournament Friday morning. We have a reception held there at the hotel on Friday evening, and the tailgating on Saturday. And for more information on anything, feel free to call me at the office this week, at least by Wednesday, because I'm heading out Thursday. And I'll be happy to share with you links and any other information you need about Atlanta.
Man, Darrin, I appreciate you coming on, man. It won't be the last time, man, but hey, it was your first time. And look, we finally got you on, man.
Well, I appreciate it, Perry.
Appreciate you, man, for giving out all the information. I'll definitely be bringing you on throughout the year as we continue to share information for our alums out there to stay up to date with what the Alumni Federation is doing on the national level as well as those local chapters throughout the country, man. Thank you, Darrin.
Thank you, Perry.